All right. What's up? What's up? I'm chilling in my room. Got some lights going on behind me. Probably not gonna go to bed for a little bit because I just picked up that bundle. That bundle you saw at the beginning of this stream. I picked it up. Um, I'm thankful that I have a little bit of money I can spend at the moment. And so I saw that nice deal, saving $112. That's some savings. Seriously. And I was like, gotta jump on that. I've been wanting to play all of those games for a while, and I don't have them for my Xbox. And, you know, two of them are Xbox Series X and S enhanced. And so, um, yeah, I jumped on it real quick. Um, I'm loving the environment that Microsoft has been putting together for the Xbox um, enthusiasts, whether it be PC side or um, the console side. I'm fortunate enough to be able to partake in both and um, do my own um, venturing and seeing what works and what doesn't work yet and what's on the way and thinking about what might be on the way, and then lo and behold it's there 2.5 weeks later. It's pretty wild. This whole universe and parallel thinking that can be done um, within the universal mind. Like I didn't tell anybody, hey, this needs to be done or this should be done. None of that. I don't know anybody. I'm just a fan of video games um, and electronics. Really electronics, but video games too. That just kind of goes hand in hand. And so I would like I mentioned to my stepfather, I was like, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if very very soon um, they allow streaming on your console, just because of like what it can do for you. Being able to test a game before you download the whole game. So, and with Xbox, it's wonderful. You don't have to download the whole game sometimes, which is great. Um, uh, in the uh, before there was streaming, it was you could divide up in parts certain games. Um, but now you can test it and then figure it all out. It's so much more conducive to rational thinking. you know, it's great. Um, so I'm gonna jump into Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've been wanting to play this for a while, and I am currently remote playing on my PC, my console. So I bought the games for my that bundle for the console, but I am remote playing my console on my PC and then streaming from there. So I don't have this for PC unless, like I don't know, like sometimes Microsoft does all kinds of like magic tricks really, and they end up having like it turns into a Xbox Anywhere game, like and you've already bought it and it just becomes an Xbox Anywhere game. I'm not saying any of the Assassin's Creed have done that yet. But if somehow Microsoft takes over the parent studio, it wouldn't surprise me if, and it wouldn't surprise me if more of the games that are coming to PC Anywhere, or excuse me, to Xbox Anywhere, um, play like PC or um, your console or streaming from cloud. Um, so like more of the Xbox studios, more of those games becoming more anywhere. They're gradually becoming able to be played on PC, and some of the ones on PC on Xbox, and vice versa. Um, not all the connectivity is there yet with the cross saves, but that just comes in. If you're playing games already, it seems like no time, um, and just as quick as these great ideas come from the community, they're already, like I said, there's parallel thinking going on. Like for me to mention to my stepdad, it wouldn't surprise me if streaming comes to console, and then like within what, a week and a half or 2 weeks, it's like you can stream on your console now, like your Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S, maybe even the Xbox One. I'm not sure. I'm sure it might be. I don't know, because I've not looked it up yet. But just some amazing, um, innovative uh, approaches. Really, if you want to be honest, it's very groundbreaking. These are steps that technically nobody's done. Some of these steps, to make it as versatile as possible. Like I said, I'm remote playing my console on my PC, and then creating this stream with OBS. So, like, I have a monitor here, my PC, and then my TV that's also connected to my PC. I'm fortunate to have the little setup that I have. I'm still paying some of it off, but like not much, but or I wouldn't have done it. But I had most of the equipment just saved up over years of saving electronics, and then I pieced this together. So it's pretty little setup. I love it. I need to get to the game, but like I said, the versatility of like being able to remote play to your PC and then do something like this, so you don't like, just in case it's not a PC, or excuse me, a Xbox Anywhere game at that point. Like if you can technically create an Xbox Anywhere game without it being an Xbox Anywhere game, and you don't have to worry about cross saving if you're saving to your console. But it's just going to be on your console. It's not really an Xbox Anywhere game though, so it's not technically, because it's not really cross save anywhere. But it's like you're playing it on your PC. If you like playing with a console um, uh, controller, And the thing is, I'm not going to be surprised when Xbox has the the ingenuity and intuitive foresight to allow for um, mouse like a mouse and a keyboard as an input. You can already use it on Microsoft Edge for your console, um, to some degree, and but it won't surprise me when you're able to use either, if you want to use a keyboard and a mouse, you can map the keys, or it's already going to be mapped, um, for you, and you can choose different presets or map your own keys, or you can use a controller, and it's amazing to me, and makes me just happy to be human, and that there are human people that care about people enough to be inclusive enough, as Xbox does and Microsoft does with its gaming community, like wounded soldiers, like wounded warriors, and people of all different kinds of people, not just like military, but but that's like a significant little portion, like soldiers that have some type of disability, but then just you know the average disabled person, there's all kinds of different input devices for your console and for your PC, um, that makes it more inclusive for people that might not have been able to join in before, um, or it 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 was not as enjoyable for them, as it is now. Like, nobody wants to be the end of some of some, like, the misfortunate one losing in a game, and if you can have um, more of an edge, and be more competitive, um, or just enjoy the game more just for sheer fun, because it was harder to enjoy it before, but now it's possible. Um, it's another reason why, and I don't know. I need to get to the game, but seriously, like I get to, like, earn points through taking Bing quizzes, and then every 1,000 points I can give $1 through Microsoft to, like, girls who code, or black girls who code, or Latina X gaming, or gaming Latina X, or like um the disabled veterans one. I can't remember what it is. Or like UNICEF. I think UNICEF is one of them. Or like St. Jude's Hospital. I mean, all kinds of different wonderful charities, um, uh, that that it makes me happy that I can game and still that I can game and still, um like, that I feel like I'm contributing through taking, like, little quizzes, like little game show type quizzes, or like questionnaires, like an opinion poll or something, and earning little points here and there, and then, or just turning them in for sweepstakes. Because I had so many points at one point where I was, like, doing a bunch of donations. I was like, okay, treat yourself, and I did like 25 entries into the $10,000 um Microsoft sweepstakes, holiday sweepstakes, where you can get like $10,000 worth of items from the Microsoft store. I did 25 entries for that, like, and those points rack up quick. It's an amazing time to be able to be a gamer, and with as much free time as I have, you know, why not put it toward some some entertainment, you know, rather than I do a lot of like creative things sometimes, just little side projects, artistic endeavors, and and it's great to take a break, and not have to do critical thinking on, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I like unplugging and joining the uh, inspiring community of gaming, all different cross uh, hat is it crossways cross trying to think of like plaid, you know, cross hatches, not cross stitch. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to get at. I'm gonna say hey to chat. I don't know if anybody's here at all, and I've been rambling for about 45 minutes or so. Okay, but yeah, you know, I like PlayStation. I do. Um, for a long time, I thought that, you know, a lot of times my allegiance lies with value. And for the longest time, I thought that PlayStation had the greatest value. Now, it still has VR, for like PS4. And, there are plenty of PC games and PC enabled things through Windows that allow you to do VR at way more quality than the PlayStation VR, but it's a little bit more costly. Um, you know, uh, I always thought, for a long time, PlayStation had the best value, and and then these last two go rounds, I've seen, the prices of games here in the United States, um, even digital games, especially digital games, like the deals that go on. And I got a PS4 at the tail end of the PS4 or the PlayStation cycle for PS4, and I have some games on there. But like tonight, when I bought this um, Assassin's Creed bundle, there was a like a little banner on my PlayStation Store or on PlayStation 4 screen somewhere, and I clicked on it because it said um, special deal, like 60% off Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I was like, awesome. That's cool. I need to check this out and see how much it's going to be at 60% off. And it said like 23.99 or something like that. So I was like, okay, let's see here. Do I want it for PlayStation 4? Do I want it for my Xbox Series X? Or do I want it for my PC? And I was like, really, I want it for Xbox Anywhere, and I want to be able to play it on my PC with mods if I have to, for more enjoyment, um, or some DLC there or something. But I get the most quality out of my console over my PC, just because I think it might have a better video card. I'm pretty sure it does. And so I thought, well, it's not going to hurt if I get it for the console and just get if it's a better price for Xbox, because typically when there's a sale going on in the PlayStation Store, there's also a sale going on in the Microsoft Store or the Xbox Store, and if they have the same game and the sale's going on, then it's a few dollars cheaper to get it through Xbox or just Microsoft. And so I checked, and the price was the same for Valhalla, but there was this other deal, and I was like, "What's this?" And it was like you get Origins, and you get Odyssey, and you get Valhalla for $47.99 or 95. I think it was $47.99. And I was like, "Well, I wonder what I'm gonna do." I have a little extra coinage right now, so dinero go bye bye, and so not all of it, of course, but a few pesos going toward Microsoft once more because of this super deal. I didn't even bother to check PlayStation because I had seen stuff like that before, and it was never in the PlayStation Store, and nothing like that. And if it was, it would be like $60 or $55 or something, maybe $52 or something like that. And plus, it's an older console, and so I'd rather have the upgrades. And I didn't even expect there to be. I thought it was all going to be Xbox One edition games, and it wasn't. It was like Odyssey and um, Odyssey and Valhalla are both Xbox Series X and S enhanced, and then the Xbox One version of Origins. So I was like very happy with that. So after all of that long spiel, let me get to the gaming. Oh, come on.
Hold Y to enable menu narration.
Okay. Okay. Let's get to the game.
Silence, you children of gods, and heed my tale of time's beginning. All was dark. There was no sand. There was no sea. No earth, nor sky. No grass, nor wind. Till fire met ice in the gasping void. And from this scream came the giant Ymir, first of all beings. Proud Ymir, cruelly killed, yet from whose bones and blood and brains the world was made. The world you walk and war upon.
There you are.
Eivor, here's a tune for you. Want to enliven your step.
Oh, there you are, my little dringer.
Go. So, you see our king? Yes, good. Come, Eivor.
Styrbjörn King. May our clans be forever bonded in friendship and in love. You think you can do that for me? Good. Tonight, you will be the court that unite our people. I'm so proud of you, Eivor. Get up, Olaf. Stay lucid, friend.
My sword is grown greedy. I'm ready to fight.
So nice having all of these hearty folk in our home.
Drink in your fist? Come on, I'll find you
I
something.
can't. I have a tribute for your father.
Oh, what a piece. That must be worth 2 sturdy long ships. Give it here, I'll pass it on.
My father asked me, Sigurd.
Suit yourself. But you're not getting any mead.
Valka Seder works through my hammer.
When you speak with the king, hold it up to the light. Show him the fine details. See there? I etched his name in runes on the outer band. You'll show him? You are just like your father, little berserker. Skull to you.
Go!
You see? She agrees.
So, you have the ring? Good. This was worn by your grandfather in a battle on the Northern Way.
Mother,
Yes,
can we show Sigurd the canstones we stacked yesterday?
that's a good idea. We'll do that in the morning. First light. Now go. I have a gift to deliver.
Eivor, wait. Skål! To Styrbjörn, the true king of Brugafolga!
May our clan...
Now and forever, I am pledged to you.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. On ocean steed my words gain wings. Oh, thence mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds that honor sing. The brave men slain, Valkyria wakes. Rewards for strain to Valhalla takes. And horns resound the mighty horn. For those who fight! For those who fight! Under attack! Ready yourself, men! Go. Not you, Lena. Not just yet.
It is foretold. The curtains are raised. Nothing is true until it is severed from the branches of Yggdrasil. Eivor! Now stop! Please! Right. Go!
Conway! Show yourself! Conway! Let's end this bloodshed.
Speed to Valhalla. Sigurd! Take the horse!
All right, wait here.
Now it's my turn to offer you a deal, Slayer. Accept your fate, die a coward here before your people, and I will spare the rest.
Fight, my love! Do not listen!
If I give my life, will you spare my clan?
You have my word.
No. No, Barry. No, Aaron! Pick up your axe!
same DNA. Not sure why.
Fix this or pull me out.
I can parse the streams with a filter. Hold on. Okay, we're good.
Are we?
I don't know what happened, but I can work around it. You'll have to pick a stream to keep things stable. There's a third option, too. I can let the Animus modulate your identity based on signal strength. It's up to you. Alright, I'll lock it in and push ahead to a time where these streams are more synchronized.
How long have you been chasing me, Wolf-Kissed? 17 winters? 18? Do I now haunt your dreams? Do I warm your loins? You remember this? Ah, your father's axe. The weapon of a coward. A scorned snake. Ah, few things would please me more than to kill with this blade. But I know you would defy me to the death, fighting for a glorious end. That I will not allow. You will live your final days enthralled as a slave. Humiliated. Your death will be a lonely one. Kill the rest of his crew! Make them suffer! Abel Wolf-Kissed is no more! That name is dead to this world!
You will be worth your weight in silver. To the ship.
You move, and I take your eyes. You hear me?
Wind's blowing from the south.
We can tack north, then cut west. Now, what did I just tell you?
We will skin you alive! You will never leave this!
No feast for you, Sunan. My crew is in danger. You must be my eyes. My crew is in danger. I need to reach them.
Loot, loot, loot. Yeah, that wasn't smart. It's not where I was trying to jump. Got a little cocky with it. Okay.
clash of iron. There's fighting nearby. You old hound. You live.
I do. Slipped away in the sword clash. And what of you?
Kjotve tried to sell me off. A mistake he will regret.
Not today, he won't. I saw him board a ship at Avaldsnes not long ago. Sailed east, leaving our crew behind.
There must still be time to save our men. I will find them. You ready the longship?
You glory hound? You would take the rescue for yourself, so the victory song is written about you.
I could storm the beach then. Slay 24 men, seize our dragon boat, and hoist the sail in triumph. Up to you.
No, I will take the beach. A far more dangerous path. You search the longhouse for our crew. Oh, and here. This corpse will not have need of it.
Go. I will meet you by the ship.
Okay. Well, I've checked this out a little bit, and it is super fun. It is so far super fun. Um, I think I'm gonna maybe play a little something else. Um, it's already, excuse me, it's already pretty late, and or early, should I say? So I like the game mechanics. I really do. Um, it's like other Assassin's Creed, of course. Um, and I like the whole franchise of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Really do enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to this playing out. And, you know, it would be very interesting to have one of these games with the mechanics of Assassin's Creed um, as an MMORPG. You know? That's what I always thought. I thought that Assassin's Creed Valhalla was going to end up having that mechanic to it where you could create your own Viking and um, it be like basically an MMORPG. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be, like a secondary game mechanic to the overall whole gameplay. But I don't know that that's going to be. So yeah. But that's what I thought. I don't know why I thought that. I just always thought that this is something that I thought too. This is what I thought would be amazing. Okay, there to be a game that's called like intelligence, right? Where you have different where it's got the like the basic game mechanics of Assassin's Creed, right? Um, but you're like you start out working for it's like a fictitious world, but it uses like real game locations, or excuse me, real world locations, but it just changes the name. And um, and it's done similar to like what they've done with, or what's been done with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you've got these real world locations, but they just have like a pseudonym or something, and certain environments are really fleshed out, and eventually like the whole world is fleshed out in this game. But this game's called Intelligence, or um, it's like something int, like like what if it's just int, you know? And in this game, you basically do like, it's like you're like working in the field of intelligence, and you can go different routes, like an RPG. You know, you can go different routes and different trees, you know, of skills and stuff like that. And then like you can become an agent or a double agent, or do different covert ops, or different things. And there's all kinds of different stuff offered to you based on what you've learned through your learning tree. And it's all done through like Xbox, you know, or the Microsoft environment. And they have this in-game currency in the game, that you can rack up. That's like cryptocurrency. Maybe it's called something like Micro Lock. I don't know, like named after John Locke. Um, it's like just an added feature to the game, you know. Um, and I don't know. I made that up because I thought, you know, there should be a cryptocurrency called Micro Lock, and it should be done, you know, using like John Locke is like like a figurehead of like concept or something like that. I don't know. But I thought that would go well with the game, because then you could use it as like a way to get into the underground or something, you know. I don't know, just a thought. But the game I thought that would be an awesome game, like int, and you do basically, you do like intelligence work, and you can like trade, you can go for different countries, or you can, but it's not like real world countries, you know. They're all like pseudonyms, or like something like that, you know. But you use real world locations, but they have different names. I just always have thought like that that whole world that I know nothing of would be something fun to like what I get pieces of here and there like through like movies, you know. And not all that's real, you know, I know that. But like what it kind of entails or what it's like or whatever, and it's like risque and dangerous and nothing I want to do in real life, but if it was in a video game, I might try it out, you know? I just thought, you know, if it's in a video game, what's the harm, you know? I'm not going to really die if something goes wrong, you know? Anyway, I think I'm going to play something else. Um, Contemplating doing the download for Elder Scrolls. It's like 80 gigs. Eesh. Yes, I think I'm going to put this on hold. Alright. Well, if you tuned in, thanks for tuning in. If you're catching a rerun, thanks for catching the rerun. You know, at 500 followers, there will be a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. If I get donations, then I can do better giveaways and give back to the community even more, you know. And thanks for your support. You know, if you feel like doing a little button pressing number on the notifications, you can also follow. I don't think I do subs. If you want to sub me, subscribe. I don't think you have to right now. I think it's just followers right now because I'm not a real deal dude. So all right. Peace. I'm gonna jump on something else.